You are listening to the It's Your Time podcast, and I'm your host, Certified Life Coach Michelle Arnold Bourque. In today's episode, I'm discussing success in 2024.
Welcome to the It's Your Time podcast, the podcast where busy professionals like you get the practical solutions and support you need to gain control of your schedule so you can strive to be the best in your career, but without the stress and overwhelm. If you're looking to increase your energy and decrease your stress, you are in the right place.
Hello. Welcome back to the podcast, friends. Happy New Year. Hopefully, everyone was able to enjoy a bit of time. Mine did not go entirely as expected, so full transparency, this is likely going to be a little bit shorter than normal because I have had to reprioritize a couple of things, and I do want to still make sure that I am showing up for you here, giving you some things to think about, some things to start implementing in your life, and then we shall meet back here again next week. But for today, I want to talk about success in 2024. And I know as we start the new year, some folks like to do resolutions. I'm not so much a fan of that because, to be honest, I think that we can get our goals at any moment in time. We can set them, we can change them, and we can evolve ourselves on any given day. And we don't need to have a specific holiday like a new year. In fact, if you think about it, the new year is a different date depending on different cultures too, right? So what I want us to consider as we start this year is, how do you want to define success in this season of your life? What does that look like when you think about things like your core values and where you're stretching yourself at your edges? Where are you in alignment with your core values? And where do you feel like maybe not so much alignment, right? I was on a Peloton ride earlier this week, and they talked about 4 important aspects in your life. Number 1, your physical health. Number 2, your emotional health or your heart. Number 3, your mind. And number 4, your spirit. And so as you listen today, I encourage you to think about what this means for you. First, your physical health. How are you nourishing your body? How are you hydrating? Are you fueling for energy, or are you fueling to escape emotions? There is a difference. People sometimes set new weight goals this time of year. If this is you, I think it's important to ask why. And then ask yourself if you like those reasons why. And if you do, amazing. Consider, who do you need to become in order to have this be the last time that you work to lose that weight? How can you be compassionate to yourself along the way, no matter what your goal is? See, for food, I love to plan in advance, but I will tell you, the past maybe 2 weeks, I haven't prepped my normal veggies like I do, and I am giving myself grace, and I am finding alternatives that are still good for me. So where can you set yourself up for success in a way that is doable for you and one that you are willing to do? Notice, I did not say that you have to feel motivated and amazing. We all do things that we don't feel motivated to. Listen, I don't feel motivated to pick up my dog's poop, right? But I do. It's sometimes, I think, an excuse that we use, like, oh, I just wasn't feeling motivated. But that really holds us off on our dreams. What if you didn't have to feel motivated to go after those goals? Telling ourselves that we need to feel motivated is really kind of a farce. We need to feel willing. So where can you show up each day feeling willing to take the next step? Okay, speaking of next step, let's talk about emotional health. I know this can sometimes be a hard one because for so many of us, we like to go, and not necessarily feel. And when you can take a moment and just do a simple body scan, you can notice, how do you feel? Where are you tight? Where are you maybe feeling heavy? And are you maybe feeling light and amazing and great? There is not a wrong answer to this. The important part is that you notice how you feel and not try to resist the feelings. I like to think feelings can, come along for the ride. We don't have to let them drive. And heck, they don't even have to have control of the music, right? But we can acknowledge, I am feeling sad. I am feeling disappointed. And when you're willing to allow that, it is usually easier to give yourself grace, have it pass, and move on, versus thinking that you shouldn't be feeling it. Resist, resist, resist. And I will promise you this, it will come back. You can drink the wine to resist it or escape it. You can eat the cookies, you can shop, but that pesky little feeling, that is going to circle right back at you. So acknowledge, give yourself grace. And on the similar side, I know when I do feel energized and ready to go, I want to jump on that and take advantage. So if you notice that you're feeling amazing, ride the wave. Okay, your mind. Oh, baby. I think for a lot of us, shall I say, we are overthinkers. I think that's putting it pretty lightly. When you can become aware of what you're thinking and do more living in the present versus ruminating in the past or worrying about the future, I promise you, you will be in that area of magic. Our thinking is often the part that causes our feelings. And so when we can become aware and decide how we want to think, then in line how we want to feel, we are more likely to create the life that we want. And just start to notice where you give your power away, blaming others in circumstances for how you feel. Stepping into knowing that we get to decide how we react, it is way more empowering. And you know what? Sometimes you may want to feel that sadness or the grief or the disappointment or be mad. Something might be happening in your life where those emotions are totally rational. But again, knowing that you get to choose enables you to begin to make choices in your life in a way that works for you. And knowing that you hold the power to decide what that looks like. Okay. Let's wrap it up with the spiritual because I think this can look different for so many folks. And I like the idea that one of my other instructors talks about. She says, your spirit always knows. It knows when you cut corners. It knows maybe when you didn't follow your gut, or maybe you don't believe in yourself. So where or what in this new year can you do to energize your spirit, to trust your gut? And where do you want to let go of things or people or circumstances that no longer serve you? My gosh, there are so many questions in this episode, right? Hey, listen, that's a lot of what coaching is. Don't let anyone tell you that they know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. And questioning everything that you do, that's not a bad idea. Like questioning it as if, do you still want this in your life? Not questioning like, oh, am I doing this wrong? Two different things. Questioning, is this what I want success to look like in 2024? So I think the overall takeaways from today, right, is what does success look like for you today? And think about it again in this season of life. What do you want success to look like? What are small steps that you can take each day in an effort to become the person that accomplishes that success? And you don't have to make huge sweeping changes in order to evolve. Think about that book, The Compound Effect with Darren Hardy. He talks about 1% change and how if a plane, for example, is leaving point A and traveling to point B and it gets 1% off track over a 6-hour flight, guess what? You're going to be at like location C, an entirely different place. 1% change over time equals lasting change. Okay, friends, 2024, let's give ourselves grace. Question everything with compassion, and let's make this the strongest, most magical year yet. Okay, that's what I have for you today. Let's circle back next week, but for now, make it a great day. Take care.
Did you know you can take this work to a deeper level with me one-on-one? Go to michelleburkecoaching.com and click on Get Started to begin.